So there. And we're back. I have fixed a audio issue that was present during the entirety of this. So we're gonna roll forward. We're gonna do some recap super quick on like what people talked about. Where combat's over. The last enemy that was tried to fight got put to sleep by phases, magically, not literally, via traditional methods of putting people to sleep. Um, and we had everyone go to the captain's room and maybe discuss things that went on, like perhaps a certain someone's parasite that can just unzip itself and start using the abilities of things it ate, like harpies. Um, so we're kind of back here in this captain's room, which is modest for regular people, for regular civilians, but for soldiers it is a bit fancy. There's a decorated rug that a baby goat, Sedge's baby, is eating right now. There is sort of a desk full of files and like a lamppost that's turned on. There's a bed that is a soldier's cot, but it's kind of the size of a queen-size bed, so it's slightly more magnificent than what you normally expect being a soldier of the Wretches brand. When we have gotten back, all of you are sitting in the room still discussing things, and we can kind of recontinue the conversation following everyone essentially sort of discussing their caution but tolerance of things going on with Ahmed.
Oh yes, there has been a bit of a revelation, namely the weird parasite inside of Ahmed's entire upper chest up through his chin is a gullet, a thing that tried to eat him a few years ago, didn't succeed, and in the outcome kind of merged with his throat and gullet, and now tries to get Ahmed to eat things for him in a fucked up sort of symbiosis. Or, well, fucked up sort of parasitism, really. But, yeah, the group took it pretty well, all things considered. And yeah, I think we're currently figuring out where we're going from here.
For all
just point of order real quick. What is this French bistro music that's playing in the background right now?
It's the music. It's the music that shows up in a Pokemon town after you defeat an eldritch entity.
I'm not hearing it, so
I thought it would be nice civilian music. I keep forgetting that sometimes. It gets the theming. It's so weird.
No, it was great. Oh my god.
It's the music that plays when like everything's returned to normal.
Everything's fine.
I'll keep playing it, and if it continues,
it's very good. I thought it was funny.
That's very funny. No, I kind of like it. It's like for all kind of speaks up and like I still don't know if what I did was right. But what happens to me?
What do you mean?
I fully arrived in the marsh with the intent to kill every last man in this keep, and within the span of 24 hours, I was convinced that perhaps the cause behind that was worth inspecting. That required me killing Keldrum. Because if I didn't, he was going to kill your friends, Aseneth. If I stay, they might identify me as a malefactor. I know what the Queen do with treason.
Oh no, I would not advise staying here. However,
I don't know. I just acted at the moment, and now I just realized that if what I did was good, for all the good it did, I'd probably it's probably going to be very difficult for me to move forward.
I have a question.
To the
Out of to DM.
Yes.
I assume that I know generally the whereabouts of like any given temple, like known temple of the Everlight, or like if there's like an outpost that has like folks that worship and things like that.
So I'm gonna give this is a freebie for you because this is part of your background and your backstory. Temple. I believe that you will know locations of shrines and maybe temples to the Everlight. It is generally known, though, just sort of like it is knowledge to you as a member of the Everlight that followers of the Everlight tend to be a little bit secretive for the fact of their own safety. There are not many of them. Very privately. So
okay.
Not to say that you don't know. I'm just saying, just mentioning that, like, just as flavor, like the places you know could be beneficial to for all because of how obscure they might be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So is there like, I'm sure there's like pen and paper on the desk, things like that.
Yeah, you could take a pen and paper.
Yeah, Aseneth kind of visibly thinks for a second. You see her kind of like the way someone looks where they're like calculating something real quick, and she goes over to the desk and like pulls out a paper and a quill and starts writing. Continue. Don't let me interrupt you, but I have an idea. I just need to figure something out.
Well, I don't know what else to say. I mean, everyone from my unit was captured or killed, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Out of character, I think it would have been Aseneth and Ahmed. Both of you would know that the hobgoblin fled.
Yeah, and the bugbear. Well, the bugbear's captured, so yeah.
The gentleman who was responsible for the literal pain in my side, I believe, has he quit the field.
Her eyes widen and then just sort of this chagrin, like. Then the Children of Malice know of my defection.
Arya's rating. Hi, Arya.
Hey! Squad.
Hey!
Gang.
Oh my god. Distributed Arya, thank you so much!
It's a chorus raid.
Well,
What's good?
Well,
You know what, Nightbot?
Oh my god. I don't know how.
do we need to get
miss
rid of
Nightbot.
Nightbot at this point?
Oh,
Nightbot
Nightbot.
this is I shouldn't say that. That's not funny.
You dare treat our guests this way, Nightbot? please disregard
Aggressive
Nightbot.
protective.
Ignore
Nightbot.
Nightbot. Nightbot doesn't actually have any power,
He
right?
doesn't have any power, as far as I'm aware.
Nightbot is a paladin of vengeance.
If Nightbot bans you, I will unban you right away.
Yeah, I've given all of them the ability to correct any mistakes, but I have yet to.
Nightbot.
Yeah, Nightbot is just kind
Can I
of like
put him in timeout?
put Nightbot in timeout if we can. But thank you so much for the raid. This is a called Netherdeep campaign. We're kind of at the end of a little starter adventure that we crafted together, the Nightbot is like, I always come back.
Just
Yes.
gonna wake up in the middle of the night and there's just gonna be two eyes staring at me from the mirror, just
It's the bot of the night. I totally lost my thought. So yes, this is called Netherdeep campaign. They just finished up a battle against the Children of Malice. Thank you, Arena. The Children of Malice had a defector thanks to the party, who are now kind of talking out some things that happened during combat. One of which was the defector killing the captain and that being sort of a very, very somber, tense moment. In fact, we actually have, for all mentioning, if the hobgoblin you mentioned, his name is Marden. Marden has probably found their way, or going to find their way to my mistress. I will probably need sanctuary soon. They are very, very capable at working in the shadows.
Well, the good news is it's a big planet, and I guess plane of existence. Planet works, I think.
What's a planet?
It's a big material realm, and as someone who's done it before, you can in fact just abandon everything in your old life and just keep walking until you're somewhere else, and no one has any idea who you are. That is an option. I'm sure Aseneth can find sanctuary, and that seems something, gotta be a lot better at than I could be. But
Ahmed, are you okay?
You've met Gullet. You know the answer to this.
I just wanted to check in because you were talking about walking away and leaving things. So I wanted to make sure you were
sticking
okay.
with you guys. I think in the past,
Okay.
I have in fact ditched everything and done fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, and that sounds like a good plan for me. I didn't really have much going for me other than, I guess being a renowned marksman.
Fake your death.
You're already a step above where I was when I decided to ditch everything. You get to keep being a great marksman on the run.
You're right. I think it will be very easy to abandon my rank in the Kreen dynasty as a double agent.
For all.
Sleeper agent, yes?
Like, that kind of like, I hear you being a smartass. Like, I get you, but like...
I killed the love of
like,
my
that
life.
was the tone of that role.
I killed the love of my life. I don't know what you expect from me. I mean, I think I'm taking this very well, in all fairness.
You are taking it very well. And...
have new love of life, and they're gonna gesture to baby.
I'll have to say goodbye soon, I suppose. I don't want to put the five of you in any danger, the Children of Malice. If they haven't already put marks on your head, they will certainly chase me, and no doubt you, if I continue to stay. But you're all very sweet for the short time I've met you.
To that end, there's like two folded up letters. One, like, very clearly is the symbol of the Everlight on the outside of it, and the other one is whatever insignia is the place where I'm from my backstory.
Yes. It's the Plain Touch Sanctuary.
The Plains Blood Enclave.
Plains Blood Enclave. There you go. Thank you.
So Aseneth will hand her the first one, the letters to the Everlight. There are directions at the top of this.
Okay.
If they turn you away, and she'll hand her the second letter, tell them the Albatross sent you.
Nice name. And takes it for secret code names.
It isn't.
My code name was Shifter, because of how I moved through the trees. So I assumed. I will probably leave when you all leave, if that is all the difference. And yeah, I think that's the plan. Is probably stick with wherever you guys are staying and hightail it.
Do not have tail.
I don't. Oh, you don't. You don't. I think I'm catching on now.
I have tail.
Turn of phrase.
You
Sedge.
have tail. Okay, I'm going to say I'm gonna be alone for a bit. Maybe just go to a corner or just sit on this rug for a while. I am done mentally preparing for the path forward, and now I grieve.
Is there like a private section of the captain's quarters or something, like a bathroom or something?
There's probably she could probably just duck under the bed.
Under the bed? No.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe,
the best place to mourn.
You know. I'll say maybe there's a weapons closet, like an arm. There's an armoire. She could probably fit in an armoire fairly well.
I feel like Aseneth kind of
we can just leave.
Yes, they'll probably check. I'll go inside the armoire. I'll go inside the closet.
You don't have to.
Okay, you pointed to it. I was just.
It is not fun to be inside of closets. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. Look, I'll just I just consider. Hey, just if you want, I'll be the sixth person here. Your group, right? Sixth person.
You want to stay with us?
No, I just pose as.
Oh.
If I stick with you guys, maybe if I stick with you guys, it would work out.
No.
Stranger things have happened.
Look,
we are all very average people.
Look, you can leave me here, or I come with you. It doesn't matter. I can take care of myself. Is what I'm trying to say.
If you perhaps consider that you've had enough of that, then I think I would have no issue with you traveling with us.
I was only insinuating just for this. I've already stated that.
Absolutely. It is probably the best way to get you out of here without some really awkward questions.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I'll be here, and the ghillie suit kind of fits with
military operations.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But don't let me keep you from your business. I'm sure there's much for y'all to finish talking about.
How much extra can we charge for all this?
In what way?
We have not been paid for a mission.
Well, I feel like uncovering some sort of
Well, I'm not a lawyer, but
operation.
We got lawyers.
Technically, they are now late paying us for the original mission. We are several hours past. We did stop the assassination of an ambassador, and it did significantly more than the mission said we would. We could probably ask for at least triple pay.
Ahmed smart.
I like the way you think.
Ahmed knows how to negotiate mining contracts, labor contracts, and just so he comes to the force with union skills.
Union organizer Ahmed.
I'm not a lawyer.
The
but
most
I did pass
powerful
the
of
bar,
us.
so.
Union organizer, average Ahmed.
I'm just an average guy, but I know my rights, and you should too.
Why does
New IWW posters.
Why does that sound like a dare?
Dare poster.
I'm Average Ahmed. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution.
I'm gonna print out a bunch of these and hang them up in grocery stores. Like,
hi, I'm Average Ahmed.
Don't do drugs.
I was gonna do for like a lawyer commercial. Founder of Gullet and Gullet.
Been a wrongful. What was the billboard we kept seeing when we were in Indiana? Wrongful death
termination. Oh,
it was a guy named Kevin, and he was just wrongful death, and then just like a shrug.
There's
And we were like,
Amazing.
Ken.
not to distract from the point. There was for a while in Detroit there was a poster board that said that had just a painting of Jesus and it said food ... get some. And I think about it every day.
Wait, love
That's
that.
wow.
And then I got replaced with cannabis advertisements. Weed.
Can I have a Jonesy poster that's just Jonesy with the word hydrate at the bottom?
Yes.
Absolutely. I will make these if you send me the art of everybody's characters. I will make them.
Phases
Ours
is
or
just-
Forges anything that sounds great.
Phases
I
is
love
just
it.
phases in front of a far too big picture of the moon. It says "Follow your dreams."
Shoot for the moon.
Oh God.
So a short time later, you do get a knock on the captain's quarters door, and it's just a standard knock, like.
We should unlock the door so they can actually get in and we can talk.
Identify yourself.
Yeah, who is it?
And he's trying. I'm trying to come up with like how he would respond. Your employer, paycheck's coming.
Oh,
How much is paycheck?
Aseneth opens the door.
It's
Interesting. We were just discussing that.
It's Fritz. And then he you can see behind him there are two very important people you spotted in the meeting room. It is apparently the sort of leader of the Kreen and their mage. You see two drow, one of whom is just this tall, muscular woman, in sort of standard Kreen armor with a helmet on her side, and like there's some scuffs and blood splotches here and there, but it seems like a lot of her appearance, while maybe like she was like she looks like she might have been coated in sweat, like she was coated in sweat, but like now has like just done her hair and sort of like gotten some time since the battle, and there is sort of a scowling man in robes, black robes, with like sort of like Kreen over armor, sort of a serious expression to their face, kind of looking at all of you with you're not entirely certain yet. You guys can start rolling insight checks if you want on them, but they all three of them do walk in.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
roll me some insight checks.
I'm building an insight.
There we go.
Damn it.
Jonesy.
Nope. That's a
Oh.
9.
Phases, you're fairly certain the wizard has caught on to some of the magic you're using. It's unclear, but like the serious expression does throw you off a little bit, and you're like, do they object to me in some way?
If I have the sense that they object to me in any way, I'm making direct eye contact and smiling with all of my teeth.
Oh, interesting.
Power move. I love it.
Ahmed, the same thing kind of flashes through your mind, and for different reasons, you're like, do they eject to me somehow?
Well, they were in the building. None of them saw what I did. I'm pretty sure. None of those who didn't see what I did.
Did they?
Did they?
And so for the 23 and 19, you get the looks.
23-19.
23 and 19. So, starting with the 19, I think was Sedge. They give off this look as part of who they are. They both look like very serious people. And there is maybe some some flashes of perhaps embarrassment, or just looking at all of you, like the sense of like, not gratitude. They feel like they are in debt. There's a look of like, I'm indebted to these people, and I don't like that. And Aseneth on 23.
Yeah, by the way, when I notice the two of them behind Fritz, I'm immediately moving to make sure I can body block for Pharrell. Because absolutely not. These two might be a problem.
This is so the wizard kind of notes that, and particularly when you look at the wizard, and I'll see this outright. It isn't hostile, but you get the sense that like mixed feelings about everything in ways you don't expect. Like you might expect someone to respond to this like, oh, what a tragedy, and there's this almost like from a standpoint of someone who might have who might be hostile towards factions other than their own, a look of maybe disappointment, but it's not like you're sensing a spy or anything. It's a sort of like you look of someone like, oh damn, like I didn't plan this, but if it had worked,
I wanted to try out the new spell.
I want to try out a new spell, or oh, like we get to actually continue to do this, or like whatever, you know. Like there's clearly this sort of aura of disappointment, and so they're walking forward, and Francis is like, before my business, our guests would like to speak with you concerning this incident. And walking forward is the Queen Woman. Greetings to you. I am Daifara Miram. I am the task hand of the Overwatch. I was responsible for the Queen's involvement in the summit here at Ashgard. This is my shadow hand, Lythir Vasun. And Lythir sort of bows his head. It is an honor to meet you. And Daifara is, speaks, just sort of like, just has to stand a little taller. Representing the Queen, I would like to extend my thanks to you for discovering this threat and attempting to handle it as quick and accordingly as possible. I have discussed things with I have to look up the name, damn it. With the emissary Lord Edengraf, and we have decided to inform couriers and the public of this as a joint effort in unmasking a threat to both the Kryn and the Dwendalian Empire. Unfortunately, this means we'll mention your names if you so wish as assistants, mercenaries hired to do such a thing. But we must ask you to downplay your role slightly, with the promise and deliverance of a reward for your silence, or perhaps your downplaying of these events.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, dignitaries, and we're happy to, the six of us are happy to comply. That does seem like an additional clause added to our contract, which will be another pay multiplier on top of us going above and beyond the call of duty and all, and of course the hazard pay, as obviously this was more hazardous than advertised to us, so bill will be hefty, but we are more than happy to help you out here.
Roll me a persuasion, and I won't give you advantage, but
Can
the
I
DC is lower than sure, go ahead. Now with advantage. Sedge, how does Sedge help this endeavor?
I rolled very poorly.
Oof.
Sedge, how regardless, even though the advantage wasn't much, how would you have how did you assist?
I am just Sedge is doing what they do best, which is like standing there and being kind of big and stoic and intimidating.
That's not helping with persuasion as much as intimidation.
Yeah, I can see that. And Daithara kind of squints their eyes a little bit. And you I would say maybe that Ahmed accidentally emphasizes 6 of us a little too much. And maybe that's just sort of like, you will be paid in accordance with what is reasonable for the playing of these events. In any case, a substantial reward is in order for your assistance. Things could have turned very badly. Please understand, I do not ask you this for vanity. To imply that neither the Dwendalian Empire nor the Kreen, the Aurora Watch and the Righteous Brand respectively, were not aware of this threat beforehand is very dangerous to our enemies and our friends. Do my words make sense?
We're
You're
aware,
extremely
and
clear. However,
take it
we
away.
did act in haste in order to make sure that everyone here was safe.
And of course, we do not disregard this. Simply understand that we only want to make things fair for everyone involved. This was a very embarrassing incident. Myself and the Emissary Lord would have agreed that this was the absolute worst moment for something like this. And the Kreen Dynasty will, of course, be cracking down very hard on any available intel regarding the Children of Malice.
And as it is understood here, that if you were caught by surprise, then you should perhaps be more amenable to the people who are downplaying their involvement in making sure that you two still have your pristine identities as powerful countries making a deal. You all are on the back foot.
I would not call both of us. What was the word you said? Clean. I would not call ourselves clean, but yeah. Essentially, they nod and they look to Fritz. What was the agreed amount for your contract with Lieutenant Kadab? I believe it's like 5,000. I think you guys agreed on 5,000.
I was about to ask, does anybody remember?
No, 500 per person. So
it was 500 a head.
Per
Yeah,
person.
500 each, yeah.
Yeah, so
and I've been trying to unsubtly imply that all 6 of us are on the contract for obvious
For a total of 3,000, yeah.
Yeah.
So go right ahead. They look at Fritz and they say the Queen would like to extend perhaps double the contract discussed, and Lethier kind of sighs and reaches into what appears to be a bag of many things, and there is a substantial sort of sack of what appears to be 3,000 divided by 100 would be 300 platinum. 300
Oh, shit.
300 platinum. I'm afraid conversion into any Dwendalian currency would be necessary, but this is 300 platinum of the clean zone currency.
Gold is gold.
Greatly appreciated.
And Fritz comes up with his own 3,000, and Fritz is like, consider this the Dwendalian, the Righteous Brand's donation patronage in exchange for your assistance in revealing this situation. And Daithara speaks again. I might have a lead on some additional work if you are interested. Seems the 5 of you might continue to develop quite the edge for mercenary work. this work you did was extremely efficient. My compliments to your work ethic.
There are 6 of us.
Six. And staring at Pharrell. If I was not mistaken. And there's a moment that crosses her mind, and like you guys realize you did have Pharrell bound up in rope in front of the diplomacy.
It was a distraction tactic.
And like she didn't even finish her thought. She was like, "Stay sound." Like she said like actually didn't I? No. Perhaps it was a trick of my eye. And
no, specifically that was me. Like very specifically, that was
It
me.
was an illusion.
Yeah.
Because like she like brings up the conversation and then cuts it off and it's like never mind. And then she's like, but if you're interested in more work or perhaps ways to make a name for yourselves, there is some ongoings in the Clean Dynasty that might interest you.
Work is work.
I have not been home for a while. Maybe it would be good.
There is a town very deep in the Clean Dynasty. It is known as Jigao. And ongoing in Jigao, northern Jorhas, of course, the banks of the Emerald Gulch and the Ifalon River, is a festival. Some might call it a Festival of Heroics. It's normally known as the Festival of Merit. One proves themselves with a group of their peers and are rewarded with very useful things, as well as perhaps sponsorships. Many of the strongest warriors of Jorhas find their way to Jigao for this festival. It's a tradition that I would be very invested in your participation. Perhaps my name might carry farther. A family member of mine is the task hand of Jigao in the Emerald Gulch.
Well, I'm just a manual laborer here, helping my friends out, but I would be happy to participate if there is an invitation.
Sponsorship.
Good.
No, that is a sponsorship.
Yes.
Consider discussing my blessing with the intermediary in Jigao, Dirth, my cousin. Dirth is responsible for communicating with the people of Jigao, and I would everyone is free to participate in the Festival of Merit, but to move further along in the Clean Dynasty with both winning the festival and the sponsorship of the Miram family, that could get too far. The Miram family would be very invested in having champions to herald.
Interesting.
For now, that is all I shall say. Our communication is over. If you are to ever imply that the Empire or the Dynasty were not in charge of your operation, we may have to have another discussion soon. But, in the meantime, thank you very much for your assistance. The Clean Dynasty is good to have adventurers like yourself. I'm thinking of our interests. They look to Fritz. 23 and 19 insight for Sedge and Aseneth. Something that hasn't come up in their vibe until now. Looking at Fritz, they've attempted to ignore Fritz as much as possible during the entire conversation, and there's even a strange look of disgust, especially on Lythier's end.
Lythier's the dude?
Lythier's the wizard.
Okay.
Yeah. He was the one who greeted Mighty Nine when they burrowed through to Joras. Lythier and Dathara. Well, Fritz, we shall take our leave. My regards to our adventures, and have a good day. And the lieutenant says, may the Luxon guide you. And just seemingly more disgusted / subtly offended, they take their leave. And Fritz closes the door, takes a deep sigh.
What the fuck was up with that?
Well,
The nobles in Johas are just like that.
no, not too. Well, I mean, it's a lot of things going on there. As I have said before, my thanks as well. They were very insistent that that what we were discussed, what we just discussed, never leaves the room. They like their secrets, that's for sure.
Who doesn't?
Speaking of secrets, Fritz, I do have a question.
I imagine you did.
I understand what it would look like to supply someone involved in conflict with any number of like armor, arms, or anything like that. But if there were supplies, in this scuffle of all of these agents running around for an individual who perhaps needed to make an extended trip, how hard would you look for the necessary supplies if they were to happen to go missing sometime within the next 2 days?
Well, I see nothing wrong with the Ashgard garrison giving some of their mercenaries who they hired for this joint operation some of the supplies that were expended during said operation. That's not something we have to do under the table. No captain exists here. He's been dead for months. I mean, the internal bureaucracy of this is going to be 9 layers of hell. I thought you had a question about other things. In any case,
I want to make sure that everyone here is taken care of, including the woman who gave quite a lot to make sure that this happened today. And Aseneth's gaze will slide over to Faral slightly.
Faral is kind of busy looking at Fritz with a look of revelation. And there's something that kind of crosses her eyes as she looks at Fritz. Yeah, yes.
You know him?
I mean, it looks at Fritz. Are you gonna tell them, or should I? And Fritz is like, it's rather unnecessary. I'm not a lieutenant. I mean, I am a lieutenant, but it was not my original position in the Righteous Brand. Let's just say I have various covert roles within the Undying Empire, and the Church of Palor that require me to be as specific as possible to continue to ensure your safety.
Okay.
And for all it's just like the daggers. I know the daggers. And he's like, I imagine you do. And he reaches out and pulls out the dagger that was mentioned. It is a sort of a golden dagger that you guys saw come out of the case, hidden in the desk. A session or two ago, you guys saw him.
Yeah, I was like, didn't Drips do that for us?
Well,
Drips totally saw that.
Drip saw him kill that sergeant. You all saw in his office he pulled out a fake cabinet, like a fake bottom off the cabinet, and took out a dagger that was made of pure gold and had this sun symbol in the back, and kind of holds it out to your group. Parting gift. I thought I was done with that work, but it's yours now. And you guys can. It is clearly special, so you guys can work on that later.
Okay.
But he's just sort of like, if you want to tell them, go ahead. It doesn't make a difference. I'm for right now, I'm done with that work until they need me again. I really was hoping to take it easy here a little bit. In any case, stay in the garrison as long as you like. It sounds like that festival, it'd be good work for all of you. I don't know who's going to be captain next, but even though you didn't plan on any of this, you just collect some corpses, put some flags down. You all deserve highest praises.
We know.
Yeah, of course. I'll go ahead and try to make sure no one deserts. And
Lieutenant, I'm sorry about your friend.
she was a good soldier. I would have done the same in her place. And closes the door.
I am going to begin ritually casting Identify.
That, after with a quick identify, you find a what's the word? The proper word here. The proper. Word, so it is it is magical. It is a magical weapon. It appears to be a weapon of certain death.
Oh.
You look at the sun symbol and you get the feeling that the Paylor can be invoked to restore and to imbue with life, but also to take it and to deny. Just as the Raven Queen would take people to death, Paylor can prevent healing with certain incantations and enchantments and imbuements. And there's another thing here. It's not necessarily. Do you remember the trinket you got the first session we played? It appeared to be a sort of Luxon shaped.
Yeah,
sort of.
I'm still carrying it. Yeah.
The dodecahedron seems to be reacting to it strangely. And you
define strangely, like, is it like
make an
like
Arcana check?
I will do that.
And yeah, I'll say Arcana check for right now.
Nice.
23.
This weapon, Aseneth, I'll let you do. I'll let anyone do religion checks if they feel they would roll and to understand what's going on here.
Can I roll again for religion then?
Yes.
Instead of okay. Cool. Not that it's a better roll, but I just feel like it's more appropriate from a never mind.
So, I think phase 23 was definitely will do it. I think the DC would have been set around like 18 or 19. You look at this trinket and it's kind of broken and like needs some maybe repair, which maybe you could have asked Lethir about in the future, or like anyone who is associated with that Dunamatic magic. But you have the feeling that this weapon has encountered Dunamancy before, or more likely it has dealt with consecuted souls.
Ooh. Oh.
Like it has killed consecuted people, or like it has been wielded by a consecuted person?
You can see, like, it's almost... It in some contexts it might sound gross, but it's almost like a blacklight, where you put the Dunamantic focus. You put the Dunamantic focus on it like a detective would look at, like, unseen blood splatter, and there is like this strange quantum blood splatter. So it has killed consecuted souls, and for all it's kind of like quiet and it's like, I am not a follower of the Luxon. In fact, I hated the Luxon for a long time. My people do as well. And even they live in fear of him. People like him. He is called a consecutioner. He hunts those who are consecuted.
Seems like a very particular job, but at least you have one.
I suppose so. I know the name only. And the tools of the trade. Looking at the dagger.
Kinda fucked up.
So, I mean, I'm one to talk.
Well, would someone who likes to stab things more than me like to take this? Because
He's
it's
somehow
not
cooler
exactly
now.
useful.
Oh, I don't really believe in using weapons.
Okay.
I believe Jonesy wanted to take a look at it.
Do you want it?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not going to use it.
Give it to Little Dragon.
Drip?
Drip is crafty. He might be able to use it.
So Drip grips it by the hilt and looks like Beowulf with a not Beowulf. It looks like a wolf with a sword. Like if you ever seen a wolf with a sword, it's kind of like it's like a dragon with a sword. Have you ever played Elden Ring?
Nice.
But it's like a mini dragon with a mini sword. You're not entirely sure if Drip can use it appropriately, but it probably could. Like, it definitely not trained to use weapons. Drip is sort of like, and that kind of communicates like, I don't know what to do with this.
We'll work on that. Jonesy takes it back and immediately starts juggling it. Or trying to juggle it.
Jonesy.
You'll make Aseneth very nervous.
What if you nick yourself?
Water.
Make me a dexterity check, Jonesy.
This is what I wanted.
I was waiting for the right moment to be like, okay, let's double down here. All right, let's do this.
Pure dex, huh? Okay.
Pure dex. Unless you want to do sleight of hand. I think sleight of hand might be better, actually. Yeah.
No, nothing's better for Jonesy.
Not bad.
Okay.
So, no, you don't hurt yourself really. It's just kind of just a matter of like keeping the pointy blade, pointy end away from you. You know, you sort of aim for the hilt. You know, I would have really loved to have played out what it looks like you being stabbed by this, but I can't because you rolled really well. Because just imagine this going just, like, and just being stuck in like Jello, and then just falling at the other end. Okay, so
not today, apparently.
So yeah.
It's good to, I think, rest tonight. Figure out next moves.
Perfect.
You think we can get? Can I exchange this gold for something? I don't really carry it because I kind of put everything in my
Can't take
body.
it from you.
One of us can carry it and hand it over when you.
Yeah, you don't need to like physically carry it, but you can. Someone else can physically carry it, and then you can use it when you need it.
Can I?
Alternatively, I guess you could buy a bunch of things right now, but
Then you would have to store things in yourself instead of gold.
1,200 gold worth of things right now?
What if I just spend it on one really big thing?
We're in the middle of a fort. There aren't
Going to
many
buy cannon?
things worth 1,200 that you would reasonably be able to carry or resell later for other goods and services.
How many pancakes do you think you can get?
No, I think I'm good on that, but maybe something else. I don't think I could fit a cannon in my body.
Could get horse.
Ooh.
We'll
I mean, I
need
think-
horses.
I think horses are a good idea, yeah. But I don't think it will cost Jonesy 1,200 gold to get a horse unless they want a very, very fancy horse.
How fancy horse do you want?
How fancy is the horse? Yeah, we'll group think it later. Sure, one of you can carry it. Tries not to look incredibly suspicious.
Sedge will not offer to
And-
carry it.
How much did we get?
We each get 1,200.
1,200
Yeah.
ahead. Neat.
2.5 times
Yeah.
standard pay. Pretty nice. Yeah, Ahmed can carry it. Like, his cover is, I am the group's porter. Carrying things is fine.
Sorry,
Alrighty.
you just said the number and say it again. What did we get? How much did we get?
1,200.
6,000 total, but like 1,200 per person technically.
Yes.
Gold?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that counting
Okay.
for all in the math?
300
No.
platinum can be converted
Okay.
to 3,000 gold if you guys want. Like it's just a we'll do invisible transferring or whatever. Like it's you guys are kind of at technically a trading point, so that would be at least available.
Gonna go over to Pancake and get him to give me change.
So, like, is this a lot of money? Is this a moderate amount of money? I'm trying to calculate something in my head real quick.
This is probably more money than farmers.
This
will
is
ever make
probably
in their
more
life.
money than any of us have seen in our lives.
It's you like for all speaks up. It's like as a member of the Queen Dynasty, this is a life changing amount of money. This like and just any of your individual cuts would make you and maybe your children comfortable. Very comfortable.
Can I have a title?
I give for all 800 of my share.
If you have the gold for people to start calling you that, I mean maybe.
What
Yeah,
title
I-
you want?
I give for all most of my share. I keep 400 gold for myself.
No.
Yes.
I can't.
Do not argue with me. You will have to travel. You will need to pay for things. Money makes people turn blind eyes, and you need to stay as safe as you can.
Didn't Feral get a share of platinum?
Oh no, I didn't count. I cut for all out of my calculation when I calculated
No, I mean
everyone's
like
gold.
the Queen gave us 300 as it was 50 per person for 6 people because we said Feral part of the
they paid
group.
for 6 people.
Feral has
They
a
pay for 6
500
people.
gold.
You guys just divided 6,000
That's
among 5, and because
Yeah,
Feral,
no.
Feral didn't
I just-
really
has
object to you guys
500
taking all the
or
money.
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, technically, I'm paying. Technically, you did a service for me. I will take maybe 200 gold.
That's still a lot.
It's
It
still
is
a
not
lot.
enough to buy spell components, but it will get you where you need to go.
I don't think having that amount of money would be good for me, especially if people caught note of it, and you have to travel light.
Right. Well, you can at least stick with us till we're out of the fort and on the road for a bit, and split off. I don't know, Aseneth, you know the route to your enclave better than we do. You'll know where we should split up and for that last bit. But I think that's really all we need to head out on our way.
Sounds like it. If
We
you-
need to sleep first.
We should all sleep, or at least rest.
Oh, I mean, I'm doing pretty well, but I suppose if folks got badly hurt, sure, we can rest first.
I believe you.
I still don't think Aseneth's been healed yet. She's been sitting at 14 HP this entire time.
Oh, no.
She's just been like exhausted, just like
I'm hitting the long rest button now. Sedge will be
the
sleeping.
only damage I took was the first round. After we fell down, I got hit once, and I've been basically fine for the rest of the fight.
I have also
It's not
only
even out
been
of
hit
heat.
once.
For all we've been.
Oh damn! I got everything.
We-
Nice.
For all's perspective, it's like you guys traveled literally half of the day to get here, and then they did a big battle, and so it's like yeah, we're all very tired. At the very least, not like at least tired instead of hurt, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So yeah, long rest. I think you guys take the captain's quarters. For better for worse, keeps watch. You know, you might.
You could be Captain Jonesy.
Jonesy keeps watch because Jonesy does not need to sleep, nor eat, nor drink.
I think this is a good opportunity.
Jonesy is the literal tall glass of water.
That's great. That's perfect. Actually, Jonesy, so I think this is a perfect opportunity. Serve Nightfall's people. Fritz has basically helped you guys has convinced everyone that the captain's quarters can be inspected later. You know, the mercenaries are using it, and like they did us a solid. You know, Jonesy, you stay up, and everyone's asleep except for Faral. And Faral is just kind of sitting there, just kind of like on the rug pensively, and like maybe just quiet, quivering, maybe just like heavier breathing occasionally, but like while you're on watch, unless you start talking to her, is up.
You don't need to sleep. Anything like that?
I don't think I can, if I'm being honest.
Jonesy will make a little minor illusion of a little sheep jumping over a fence just in like a circle around Faral's head, and it's just boop, over the fence, boop, over the fence.
There's a moment where like she looks like surprised and a little irritated, and then just sort of like starts like laughing a little bit, and tears just kind of come down. Like that's not fair.
Well,
You can't make me laugh.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, you've seen so much death in the past 2 days, and you sound so upbeat and cheerful. All of you do. I don't get it. I don't get what I'm missing.
Well, I find that in my rather sparse experience that without little moments of just levity, all those hard things are a lot more hard to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, bad things are always going to happen, but you got to make sure that good things also happen. Because one's a certainty, but the other one, well, that's pretty much on us.
I guess what you're saying is we choose what happens afterwards. After what we choose after something is chosen for us.
Yeah, I don't know if I was thinking that in depth. But yeah, you came to a decision. Proud of you.
I don't know if you heard from your friends or at least your allies, but Keldrim was, the one they call Sedge in Phases. The three of you were in sight of a very bad, powerful spell. If I didn't act, he would have killed you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm sure everybody else appreciates that. So it's good that you had our backs on that one.
I appreciate that. Appreciate being thanked. And a part of me has to admit that I haven't known any of you that long, but when you could have killed me, you could have fulfilled a sick indulgence of mine to die for this mission. When you stopped that, I thought stopping Keldrim, no matter what the cost, was worth it in honoring that, and in honoring the chance you've given me to rethink my life. I wish I could have said I would have done it to protect the three of you, but it was the actions of your friends and you that just want me to see this all out, mistake or not.
Well, I'm I'm not so good with words. Most of the time, my head is up in the clouds. I know, kind of funny. I am. Water. All water over here. But, be honest. Is there anything you want to see right now?
What I want to see. I've had a chance to see the ocean, maybe once or twice during a mission. My unit, Keldrim, and the bugbears and we passed by a lot of beautiful places. Never having time to really appreciate them or bask in them because it was en route to, I suppose in some cases hurting people, and then in some other cases filling out the requests of the Children of Malice. So maybe some fugitive, being a fugitive will allow me to see those vistas a bit.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry.
The matron, the matron instructed us that our place was underground. That all Kreen, all Drow belong underground, and that being up here has tainted us. And I've never thought about it, but I mean, what's so bad about mountains and seas and trees? The swamp is beautiful, even in its own way. I thought it was mark of that taint, but that's not the case.
Okay. While Feral is talking about all these things, Jonesy reaches trigger warning for body horror, I guess. He sticks his hand into his arm, just by the wrist, and pulls out a little bit of fleece. And as she's talking, he starts throwing little raindrops just in a pattern against the wall. And as things are mentioned, he crafts an illusion of an image of just the ocean, and then the mountains. and just like plains, and it's just gonna cycle through like a bunch of geographic locations that she's mentioned so far. It's sort of like a slideshow, because I'm not a master illusionist or anything. It's only one effect at a time. If I could add the sound, I would.
That's great. No, she looks over and then sees it and just sort of like, just caught staring at it for a second. It's sort of like, you see, you're not good with words. I don't think I've ever heard you talk this much, but I think you have a lot more to say than you'd like to believe.
Well, the world is beautiful, and it's quite the experience.
I'll go to sleep. Thank you. I really mean it. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, and even though minor illusion is only a minute, Jonesy will just keep casting it for as long as it takes for Pharrell to fall asleep, because he's got nothing else to do.
She's exhausted, so it doesn't take long. And you kind of have the room to yourself, and like you kind of have just almost a pat yourself on the back, but your hand goes through sort of situation where like you're doing a good thing for her. And thank you for doing that. Just as a moment. So when we come back to the morning, we can work out gold if you guys want. If you guys want a wagon, you guys can take a wagon and maybe like split the money or something, or like make a party fund or something. We'll figure that out later. But what happens is, if you guys so choose to leave today and in the morning, you guys get a wagon. You get maybe a couple horses to draw it, and the 6 of you leave out the gates. You can kind of see that the righteous, more righteous Brandor are arriving. Scouts kind of like you can see clearly that like there is an appropriate response to what's going on, and you guys set off for the technically from you maybe even asked her for directions. I'm gonna actually retcon a little bit, because I would ask if you guys did anything at the garrison before you left. If you don't want to, that's okay. Just mentioning that we can just sort of have you guys leave.
No, I'm good. I think I have like precisely one thing. I do have something I'd like to say to Aseneth before we end session after Faral leaves the party, but that's about it. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
But I don't know if we've got anything before then.
I'm going to hand Pancake 10 gold and tell him to buy a new set of pans.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's so shiny. And he licks one of the coins, and just sort of like, puts it on a pan to start trying to fry it.
No. Take this to the store, like the I forget what they're called. Commissary?
Commissary, yeah.
Take this to the commissary and buy a new set of pans and then use them.
Okay, can't do that.
You are going to be very good at cooking one day.
Are you sure that's going to help, Phases?
Panta will do the grill stuff. And gives you just kind of just a slop of a pancake. Throw the road. And goes ahead and maybe goes to buy new pots, or maybe buy, I don't know, talent. So there you go.
Cooking is one of those things you learn.
Talent.
Ingredients.
I mean, cooking is one of those things that you learn. You don't just get born with the ability to cook. So.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Jonesy does want to see if the if they have any scale mail or any sort of medium armor, because I need up that AC, man. I really do.
Scale mail. So yeah, what we'll do is I'll talk to you guys about purchases in a second here, just so because like I think it'll be that'll work off screen for a bit. Scale mail, you can get scale mail here, so I'll say yes. So scale mail is possible here. Is what I'm trying to say. Anywho, so you guys do get on your way. And I'll say maybe like a day's ride out with the wagon north. You're told is northeast, so you'll have to go northeast for a bit and then north. But a day's ride out for all kind of has a change of clothing. No more ghillie suit. It's straight civilian clothes and maybe like some leather armor and bows and stuff and I will be following your directions on the letter, Aseneth. I don't know what more I can say. You've all changed things for me, so I'm going to respect that goodwill. Thank you. And
go ahead. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, I will. You too. And turns around and sort of descends into the marshland. And you're not sure you'll see her again, but yeah. She just disappears. And if there are any more moments you guys want to do, there's maybe the first day, like a day later you have maybe like a day at camp,
I think just literally as we leave that fork in the road, as you start to roll away, the once for all out of earshot, Ahmed kind of just turns to Aseneth and goes, "Hey, that was a good call when we first captured her. I was pushing to, indulge her, as it were, and you made your stand, and that was the right thing to do. And I wouldn't have done it if you weren't here, Aseneth. So, thanks."
It might be your conscience then. She's clearly taking the piss a little, she's smiling when she says it,
I mean, I like to think it isn't completely terrible, but I had eaten a harpy in the last couple of days, so
Harpy tried to eat us first.
I'm grading on a curve here.
I understand. Second chances are very precious currency, but it is my duty as a follower of the Everlight to give it when I can. And she, for all of her terror and rage and screaming to the opposite, something very deep and for all wants to live, I think. To really live on her own terms. I think she wants to see the stars in the sky and watch rivers flow and see sunsets and all these things that she's never gotten to. So who am I to deny that?
Aseneth, add 01 to the Everlight.
Oh shit! Again?
Yeah, follow through. And you still don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
So what we're gonna do?
06, I guess.
Yeah, 206. So we're gonna leave with, I think your crew, the 5 of you now, after Faral has left, on a wagon together. Probably the most different people, people like the most different from each other that any of you have ever met or experienced, and yet having undergone a significant challenge of responsibility and truth, now maybe work together for your own individual futures on your way to what appears to be a more peaceful yet still exciting period of your lives at the Festival of Merit. And we're gonna leave it there. Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful game. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and thank you players for really playing this out. I think we got everything done. I think that really felt important, you know, here in this and so we'll do one more sign off with everyone where you guys can be found, and then we'll hit the bricks. So let's go in reverse this time. Rue, if you'd like to start us off.
Yes. 1 second. I'm muted. No, I'm not. Cool.
You're not muted. You're great.
Hello, my name is Rue. I use they or he pronouns, and I've been playing Phases, who uses they them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter as @Ilananight13. That's ILANA Night NIGHT 13. And everywhere else is just Ilananight without the 13. I am a game designer, a sensitivity reader, and an actual play performer. On top of this game, you can see the other things that I'm performing in if you check out my Twitter.
Fantastic. All right, check out Ilananight. Check out Rue. They're great. They're wonderful. It's good to have you here. Next, we have Scout.
Hello, I am Scout Savage, also known as Neonsaline, and for this evening, I have been Aseneth, Paladin of the Everlight. They tried me, and, they made that mistake, but I work in the service of the Everlight, so it worked out for everyone's in their favor. You can find me at just about everything as Neonsaline, neon like the light, saline like the drip, and, yeah.
Fantastic. All right, check out Scout. Scout, you've been wonderful this evening.
Oh, thank you.
Next, we have Rena.
Hello, I am Liquidrina everywhere on the internet, including TikTok. I have been playing Sedge, and I do stuff. I've forgotten all of it. Cool.
Just Twitter's all you need to say is Twitter if you want.
yeah. Go to find me. If you type Liquidrina into Google, you will find me.
Yeah, Twitter.com/Liquidrina.
Rena is a 1985 Games affiliate.
Oh shoot,
and
that's right. Yeah.
Like retro style dice and game accessories, if you put in the code Liquidrina at checkout, you will get 10% off.
Yeah, if you like pretending you're in Stranger Things, boy has 1985 got the stuff for you.
That's very good. All right, wonderful. Check them out there. Thank you so much, Rena. Next, we have Bashir.
Hey, I am Basheer Ghouse. I played Average Ahmed and Gullet. You can find me on Twitter at Basheer Ghouse. You can find me on it.io at havocfet.itch.io. You can find my blog at feartheswarth.wordpress.com. I write, I do cultural consulting, I occasionally perform, and I am currently working on my own RPG, Guns Blazing, which has details coming out on Twitter and elsewhere periodically.
Fantastic. Always love to see new tabletops out there. Please go check out Bashir. They're wonderful. You're wonderful. And finally, last but not least, we have Par.
Hey, I'm Par. I'm at Mr. Par on Twitch, at Mr. Par4E on Twitter, and at Par Professional on Twitter. And I get around, I play some TTRPGs, I have a lot of fun with a lot of great people. And this is just another example of that. So always happy to do this, and happy to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, thanks for having you here, Par, and thank you for also doing that wonderful emotional moment with Faral. I think it was spontaneous, but also needed. I think. Yeah, and I am Charbox AVA. I run this channel. I stream when I'm available, when people are available, and I have another stream coming soon. I'm working with a group of people. More details coming soon, but I think it'll be a very wonderful little mini series. So for all the time we spent here, thank you so much for watching our show, Rise of the Ancients. Netherdeep begins next session. So hope you're all ready for strange abyssal, strange creatures. I don't even know what to even call them, and maybe even just in the future some bit of edge. Everyone, good night. Take care.